The girls are thriving. They are. The girls are thriving. Hi, I'm Trenelle, and this is The Girls Are Thriving. Because they are. The girls are thriving, but also the girls are not keeping it real. The girls are also struggling. I am the girls. You're the girls. We're the girls. They're the girls. Everybody's the girls. It is hard out here. But you wouldn't know that because people don't be keeping it real on social media, and outside and like in public. Like they don't. People be putting on like a happy face, or you only see what's that? Can we skip to the good part? You only see the good part of stuff, but you don't actually see what it took to get there. And I have a problem with that because people are often inspired and motivated to do or start something based off of seeing somebody else's success. And then they go, like, they actually set out and do it. But then, like, they're absolutely devastated when, they take a L, when they take a loss, or they fall, or they fail. And you will do that. You absolutely will do that. But nobody actually talks about how hard it is and all of the things. And so this is The Girls Are Thriving, where we are thriving, but also we're being real, we're being transparent, and we are keeping it real. I'm excited about this because I'm going to take y'all on this amazing journey that I'm on, of my startup, Go Girl Ride. I created and founded this company back in 2018. It's a ride share. The real focus was focused on safety for women. Like, I was an Uber driver after college. I didn't graduate college until I was 33, y'all. I'm 39. But anyway, I graduated from college and I wanted to take a break, but I was like, I'm gonna drive because I love to drive. It's like easily one of my most favorite things to do, which is crazy, I know, but that's me. And so I would just talk to a lot of women. Women would get in my car, and also as a woman, I would have my own experiences. And so with my background just being in service and in human resources, I always was like, man, there's so much more that Uber could be doing. Or I just wish that I wish we had like a whole other option, like a safe option, alternative. I wish that things were done this way. And so I started telling my friends about it. And my homegirl was like, Trenelle, I think it was my homegirl, Jackie. She was like, Trenelle, why don't you do it? And I was like, what? Huh? I'm not in the tech world. What you mean? She was like, no, I think you should do it. And then it just kind of became a thing. I created an Instagram page and I just started talking about it. And then, others came along. My friend supported me. My partner in crime, my business partner in this endeavor, Ebony, she found us. And, it just was up from there. In the pandemic, we got a lot of recognition, national recognition, because I got recognized for the work through American Express. It was like called Women 100 for 100 Women Founders of Change is what Women of Color Founders of Change, or something like that it was called. Shout out to American Express. And that really, gave us like a national platform. I'm talking lots of media, lots of articles, all of the things. Mind you, y'all, we were not actually launched. We were working on launching. So we're getting all this attention. And I'm, also Ebony and I were pitching. And the GG team as a whole, we're pitching, like we're trying to raise money, right? Get investors and stuff. And so we're pitching to investors and pitching to VCs and getting a lot of no's. So I'm doing that, right? Like, this is a really big thing in itself. But also I, had a whole career in human resources. That's HR. I had this big HR director job at a nonprofit. And that was really traumatizing, working there, doing the specific type of work that we did in the pandemic. It was absolutely horrible. It was terrible. So I was doing that. Also, I sing. I've sang my whole entire life, singing in church. And, I've done some other things like in production and stuff like that. And so I was also singing, and I'm a professional photographer, and I have been for like 20 plus years. And so I also was like shooting, and then I had a podcast that we started, me and my homegirl Eunice, back in 2017, called The Wretch and the Righteous, and I was the problem. So that podcast ended because I was the problem. I was doing that, and then like other stuff, y'all. I was trying to do all of that and Go Girl Ride and be a daughter and a sister and a auntie and, a godmother and all of these things. I am single. I'm 39. I don't have kids. I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm from Long Beach, though. I guess this is like the introduction to me. This is the comeback queen. That's what this episode is going to be titled, the comeback queen. Um, and so yeah, that's just a little bit about me. So I was doing all of these things, and so when everything came crashing down for me in January of this year, and I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this. He was like, so don't. And like I said, I think I said it through therapy and just doing a lot of work and really just like actually building a real relationship with God. So I also grew up in the church. I'm a PK, preacher's kid, pastor's kid, whatever you want to call it. I am very, very much a church girl. Like church is my culture, but I'm also very liberal and progressive. So I'm not like, don't get it twisted. Don't come over here with no hate. Don't come over here with no hate because you will get humbled real quick. Anyway, I digress. But like I feel like once I was at my lowest of lows, that's where I really developed a real relationship with God beyond church, because I was so sick of church, and honestly, I'm still sick of church. I don't like church, like the actual like the concept of church. I don't like it. Like I don't, but I digress. Um, but I really got to know God for myself, like really reading the Bible and really praying and like experiencing God in real time. And as I got closer to God, and also through therapy and with my therapist and medication with my psychiatrist, I was able to really start kind of like assess like, oh, okay. And I realized I either stayed in situations well past the expiration date, like that I was supposed to. I was holding on to things, and I was holding on to people that I was supposed to let go of, or I was like just a part of things that I absolutely should have never even been a part of. And so once I realized that, I was like, I have to let go of everything if I'm going to actually get to the success, if I'm going to be successful, if I'm going to pursue my purpose. And I do know what my purpose thus far, I do know what my purpose in life is. And if I'm going to actually do that, then I have to stop. Like and I'm tired of going around the same circle and hitting the same brick walls. I got to stop. I got to let go of me. I got to let go of the things that I've been holding on to. And I got to fully trust God. And so I kid you not, like in real time, I'm experiencing like God. And it's just wonderful. And it's just great. And so I was like, you know what, Lord, I trust you. I give it to you. I trust you. And I'm going to trust you. You said test you. You said try you. So I'm going to try you. And you're not going to fail. You're not going to fail me. And I'm going to just have complete faith. And even in areas where I lack faith, I need you to show me signs. I need you to show me signs that you're with me and that you got me. And you see that couch, like that's actually a really good example. So I have been looking for like couches for like a couple years. So when I moved into my apartment here, it was like in October of 2022. That was also like a very low point for me. So I had been like, I was just in a real depressed state. So I moved in here. I didn't decorate at all. I got this little janky futon couch thing from Home Goods. It was like a couple $100, very cheap. And it would always break. It would always break on me. Like I Jimmy rigged it and stuff like that to get it to work. And so like a month and a half ago, I got home. It was like 9:00 at night. And I walked through the door, and the freaking screw that I had like fixed in the couch, it had fell out. And I didn't even get mad. I was just like, I was like, God, I need a couch now. Like, I need a couch. And honestly, I didn't even think anything of it. I said it out loud verbally. And then I went to bed. And it's funny because like it was like a couple hours. I think I'd been asleep for a couple hours, and I just heard like this loud banging outside. And so I had called 911, but then I hung up because I was like, I ain't no punk, Trenelle. So I actually hung up, but then they called me back, and I was like, it sounded like gunshots or something like kind of near. And they're like, oh yeah, other people have called and we're sending an officer out or whatever. So anyway, I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and my homegirl who lives in the same complex as me, property as me, she had texted me. She said, girl, this is outside of your house or outside of your apartment. It was a couch. It was that couch. It was that couch. So that banging was actually somebody, I think they were moving out of here and they had dropped the couch off literally right smack dab in front of my apartment. This is the type of couch that I was looking for, the type of couch that I wanted. The one I wanted was like $3,000 or $4,000. I was like, okay. I don't know how that's gonna happen. It's like it was super high quality. I live across the street from like a woodworker furniture place. They make like furniture. And so I was trying to push this heavy duty couch into my apartment. And then the guy across the street, I was like, can you help me? And so we looked at it. It was very good quality. It was well maintained and all the things. Of course, I washed it, all that stuff. But I like could not believe that day. I remember like I sat on the couch and I was like, okay, God, okay, I got you. Like you hear me and you're literally answering my prayers in real time. I walked through the door. I had been looking for a couch. I walked through the door. My little futon was broken. I said, God, I need a couch. And God said, bet. Dropped it off like the next, like not even the next day, like hours later. Like I have so many like testimonies, I want to call it. And I'll say that I have so many of those moments where everything I've needed, all I've needed to do is like, be like, God. And it's funny because those type of good things, I swear they always happen to me, but only when I'm working on things that I'm supposed to be working on. Go Girl Ride. Always. And what I have learned is I am successful when I'm focused on my purpose. And my purpose is to serve other people. It is to help other people. I took a spiritual gifts test at my church earlier this year. And I was pleasantly surprised because mercy was my number one gift. And I was like, that's okay. But it actually makes sense because I'm always advocating for people, always advocating for people. I just want people to have what they need. I want people to have food and shelter and peace and be able to do whatever the heck it is that they want to do. I always feel that way. And so yeah, mercy was like my number one gift. And then like, of course, it was like a bunch of like musical stuff after that. But what I've realized is like, no, that's my purpose. It is to love people. It is to be a light to people, and it is to help and like serve. It is to serve people. And when I'm doing that, I tell you, God just like opens doors. And so, with Go Go Ride, we had to take like 2 years off because of me. My mental was just a mess. And so once I went through what I went through in January, I was like, Gigi, that's what we call Go Go Ride. It came back on my heart like super duper heavy. And I was like, we did all this work, but like it's been a minute, and it's one of those things where it's feeling like tomorrow never comes, and I'm tired of having to like reintroduce this and like no. And God was like, no, you're gonna do it, but you're gonna do it the way that you actually wanted to do it years ago, but you were trying to please other people, so you're trying to do it the way other people told you to do it. No, I want you to do it the way that I gave to you, that like you follow your heart. And so we pivoted. We registered as a nonprofit in February. And when I tell you that things have just been like falling into place, they've been falling into place. I want to say that, like, as much as I'll say this journey is hard, it is not easy. It sucks. Literal blood, sweat, tears. I have put every single thing into it. I'm in limbo with the situation that I went through at my old job in January. I'm in limbo with workers' comp. Where I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because I said we're gonna keep it real. Like I'm going through, like, we're negotiating right now for a settlement, and so that's what's gonna hold me over and sustain me until we get on salary with Go Go Ride, God willing, which will be by like the end of this year. We'll see how that goes. No, that's gonna happen. So anyway, I had submitted my notice at the old job for like July 1st. I think I submitted that notice. It was like back in like April maybe. And they were dead wrong, and they knew they were dead wrong. So they literally were paying me to not work pretty much. And so I was like, well, that's perfect. And then once things just kind of like started working out, I was like, cool, I'll have my settlement, and I'll be good to go until we get on salary. Well, the settlement has not come yet. Like I said, we're still negotiating. And so it's been like, okay, all right, God, I'm not employed anymore. And that's like, I don't know, $7,000 or $8,000 a month that I'm not getting. And I'm putting all of my everything into Go Girl Ride. I need you to come through. And he hasn't failed me. He has not failed me. I think I told y'all I'm a photographer. And so I let go of, like, I have no commitments. I have no commitments whatsoever. But I was like, oh, I could actually take on some new clients and I could shoot. Like, there are things that I can do while I wait on, things to come through, while actively still working on Go Go Ride and having that be my focus. And so, like, yeah, I am fully self-employed and things have not worked out. Like, the settlement is not here. We're, like I said, still in negotiations and stuff like that, but like, I'm not missing anything. The lights are still on. The rent is paid, and all of it. Like, God is working, and God is letting me know that He is here. But it's not easy, and I feel like people don't talk about that. And so, I'm gonna take y'all on this journey. And it's gonna be like docu podcast style. So sometimes there'll be like a vlog or something in there. Like, I want y'all to like do this with me. Like, I want y'all to do this with me. And I want you to also share your experiences. And so this is very much, I'm gonna put events and stuff together locally here in Portland. This is for the girlies. It is absolutely for the girlies. And I want us to, like, we're not in this alone. Like, we're not in this alone. It is hard. It is stressful. It is also absolutely rewarding, and it is absolutely everything. It is everything. But I want to talk about the everything, because it's a lot and it's hard. And like I said, I'm 39. I'm single, and that's a whole other thing. Shout out to the therapist, because I'm like, okay, life is not meant to be lived alone. So let me work on that. Let me work on me so I can actually be in a position to date. And, okay, I do want to get married. I am 39. I'm good if I have kids. I'm good if I don't. But, like, I got baby fever, child. But I don't know. I'm open. I'm open to what God has for me. But, like, I'm working on that. I'm working on my personal life. I am making sure that I'm pouring into my real relationships and my real friendships. I'm, shout out to I have a good village, and I'm a daughter. I'm the oldest daughter. I'm a sister. And my parents are also in this, like, they're getting older in their 60s. And that requires, like, it just, the kid kind of becomes the parent in a lot of ways. And so I'm learning to navigate all of that, and just all of the things, and doing it all at one time is a lot. And I'm also a late bloomer. Like, I do things late in life. I do things like things happen. Things are delayed for me always. I understand now why it has been delayed. Because I've been too focused on things that I wasn't supposed to be focused on. Right. But, I don't have the same timeline that people do. And so I'm learning, I'm getting older. I'm figuring all of that out. I'm working on my health, like getting healthy and all of these. It's just doing a lot. It's doing a lot at once, but we're doing it. And the girls are thriving. And so if you are one of the girls and you're thriving, you aspire to thrive, just post up here. This is a space for us. Shout out to Portland. Shout out to the Portland girlies. Shout out to wherever you watch or listen from. This is on the platform that, was established back in 2017. So I know that, like, I involuntarily probably popped up on some of your on some of your feeds, or whatever wherever you listen to podcasts at and stuff, because, like I said, I took a very long hiatus from this, but we're here and we're doing this, and I'm excited. And I'm excited to share this journey with you and for y'all to go on this journey with me. I got a networking event to go to in a little bit. So I need to go. My hair is cute, y'all. I did it. Anyway, Trenelle here. You can follow me on my socials. On Instagram is Trenelle. Yeah, Trenelle V. Anyway, I'll put all my handles in the whatever, wherever it needs to go. And yes, you guys can look forward to new episodes every Wednesday. There will be a new episode. Also, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, lock in, y'all. Let's lock in. Bye. Okay, we're done.